Well, I don't think it's a secret, my love of India and my love of the Asian community. They've been very good to me over the years. They've sold more copies of Cain and Abel than any nation on earth. Plus the fact I have a great weakness for cricket, a great love of cricket, and I've followed it for 50 years. So all the Indian greats, that combination. And I love the country itself. I've had many, many happy journeys, visits to India. In fact, I'm looking forward to going again in January in the Jaipur Festival. I think my favorite Asian author is R.K. Narayan. His ability to capture a character in a small Indian village and make them real. They can be a minor tax collector. They can be of no significance at all, and yet they come alive on the page, and you have to turn the page. R.K. Narayan is that rare combination, a great writer and a great storyteller. And I agree with Graham Greene. He should have won the Nobel Prize. Many memories, because when I first went, of course, I was shocked by the bustling crowd between the airport and the hotel I was going to, and almost the three worlds, 1, 2, 3 worlds, one entered. Still surprised and don't know what one can do about it, about the poverty. I would look out of my car window and I said to my driver once, "Oh, look, there's Picasso. Oh, and there's Mozart." And he said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "How do you know? How do you know those little children don't have a gift that they're never going to have the opportunity to take advantage of?" That, the hustle, the bustle, and the Indians are the best entrepreneurs on earth. When my book comes out, it goes into London Airport. An Indian will buy it. He will get on an aeroplane to India. He will have it on the streets 3 days later at half the price. Copyright to them means the right to copy. But funnily enough, whenever I'm quizzed about this, I have to admit, most of all, I want to be read. And if I get another 500,000 readers on the streets for each book, I'm not complaining, because they'll grow up. The very entrepreneurial spirit that does that will grow up. And then I'll get them on the other books. Had You Win, my latest novel, is inspired by Colin Powell, the former Secretary of State to the United States of America. His mother, Maud, a seamstress in Jamaica, had to make the decision when she left the West Indies, will I go to the United States or will I go to Britain? And they made the decision to go to the United States. So Colin was born in Harlem, not Hackney. And so I asked myself, what would have happened if it had been the other way around? Because I don't believe 60 years ago he'd have become a second lieutenant at the Royal Military Academy, Sandhurst. I don't think he would have become a field marshal. I don't think he would have followed Alec Douglas Hume and Peter Carrington as foreign secretary. I think he might have achieved that now because we have the first black woman in Parliament is now the shadow Home Secretary. And the current Home Secretary is a Muslim man. So I think he could do it now. I don't think he could have done it then. So I thought, how can I take that germ? So I put my young man in St. Petersburg, 16 years old. He's won a scholarship to Moscow, to the famous foreign language school. Everything is going well for him. His father is a trade union leader on the docks, but he wants to run his own trade union. So the KGB kill him, And Alexander never gets to Moscow. He's made to work in the docks himself, and his mother, a very strong woman, Elena, decides, we've got to escape. We've got to get away. And when she gets to the docks, there are two crates waiting, one bound for America, one bound for England. And they have to decide which one to get in. And they decide it on the toss of a coin. Heads, you win. I did a sequence some time ago called the Clifton Chronicles. And in the Clifton Chronicles, my hero was Harry Clifton, and his wife was Emma. Now, Harry was a novelist, and he wrote novels about a man called William Warwick, who was a detective in the Metropolitan Police. That was just an excuse for me to give him something to do. But I've had so many letters from the public saying, we want William Warwick, that I'm going to do a sequence of books with William Warwick, starting as a constable in the Metropolitan Police and moving through the ranks. But they will not be detective stories. They will be a story about a detective.